Hello. Hopefully the air conditioner isn't too loud. I'm in my room getting ready for dinner right now. Thought I would make a quick just like update message because I have seen the following message quite a bit and I feel like doing it. Obviously no one on the internet owes anybody an explanation of their life for any reason. And I'm not doing YouTube full time as a career anymore. I just kind of like doing creative things, which is why I have been posting a few videos when I have free time, but I don't really like playing video games too much anymore, so I'm looking for a different topic, which I'll do in the long run. Um, People have been asking some sort of questions in various ways, some pleasant and nice, and some not. Sort of, if you knew my old content till now, sort of what happened between there. Um, a whole heck of a lot has happened. It's too much to kind of do it all in one video, so I figure if you have a specific question, you could leave it on this one. It'll be a decent place to kind of be a launch pad or kind of landing pad for different things. Maybe I could answer them in other videos in the future. Um, Okay, so some of the most common things I see are you were married before. Yes, often people are married prior in their lives. Divorces happen. I know almost any person I know in this life who's been married, a lot of them have been divorced. That's been over 5 years ago. It was amicable. Both people went their separate ways and split all the money I made from YouTube. That was about 5 years ago. I don't have current contact with them. I assume they're living their best life. They bought a house and moved to Nashville. Next question. I'm no longer giving people the time of day who don't accept me, so I'm not going to collaborate with anyone from my past, especially Michael. Unaccepting, judgmental, didn't take my videos down of old me like I asked for. Leaves him up because he cares more about money than friendship, I guess, but I don't know. The dude is just not a nice person overall. I just felt like I was having to cheer someone up every day doing collabs, and that was not very fun. I was also using substances in my early 20s. I used it to cope with a life where I didn't feel I could identify and express the way I needed to. That led to a lot of alcoholism from college until mid 20s, and I was using Adderall a lot during the time. Whenever I was making super high energy videos, that was always under the influence of Adderall and alcohol at night to come down from it. So having to mask myself and live a different life for so many years led to a substance addiction, which I am currently finally beating and starting my life in recovery. This is my 8th treatment center that I'm in right now. Every time I get out, I learn more, obviously. I have more to share. I'm the most authentic I've ever been. I'm the most vulnerable I've ever been. I share my story with over 20 people in group every day. I share it at larger talks for NA, AA circles, CA circles, any type of self-help group, you can name it. I've been a part of it. Focusing on just living sober and being myself lately because the world has sort of shat on me ever since transition. Medically, I started transitioning about 5 years ago. That involves injecting hormones into my body every week. That's estrogen, blocking testosterone every single day. I've had surgery on my face and my breasts, and I have bottom surgery planned for later this year. Hormones change every cell in the human body. They change your brain, your skin, your endocrine system. I get a monthly cycle through my head and my GI tract. I don't really know what else was said right now that I want to kind of go over, but I've been single for 5 years, kind of dating in between. I've had 2 boyfriends, and they've been sort of short term. I miss one. I kind of ruined that relationship when I was using cocaine. I've since stopped using everything. I've used opiates, stimulants, alcohol, and pills over the years. Right now, I've been sober. January 31st of this year, I've only had 1 day of lapse in that whole period, so I'm using January 31st as my sober date. So it's the 4th month right now of that. Um, Plan on being sober except for nicotine and caffeine going forward. Um, I could answer pretty much any straight up question, an honest question, if you guys have them in videos and whatnot. It's just the ones that come across as backhanded, half-assed, jackass style comments that I'm not going to really be going over, because there are people who simply either don't believe in change in the world, who say I ruined their childhood in the world. And in that case, I'm sorry that you are still like 14, I guess, mentally, because someone posting their creative content on the internet does not ruin your childhood if said person stops posting. If a television show stops running, did that ruin your childhood? If your parents got divorced, did that ruin your childhood? Your childhood being ruined is up to you to control. The same way your emotions and your mental state are up to you to ultimately control. Things can happen in the world and things can change, but that does not mean you get to go around blaming someone and ruining their internet experience. At this point, I've gotten mentally strong enough to deal with literally any comment. For the love of God, I post myself in adult content naked on the internet because I love doing it. If that doesn't show the type of like resilience I have to have survived this, when people in society will come up to you and yell at you just because you're a little bit different than them, people on the internet who are still trying to figure out their identity and live authentically will do the same thing to you there. There's really just two types of people I've met in life at this point in life. I'm 35. Those who can live with vulnerability and truth, and those who still act, put on a charade, make fun of others, joke, put others down because they don't understand them, or they can't say something to them that is honest enough to answer the question right. So, what else? Yeah, I started adult content modeling around the age of 18. In college, I was a nude model for art classes and private photographers. And then I moved into more adult content modeling around my mid-20s. Took a break for it for several years, but was always a passion of mine because I think bodies are art. You should design your character exactly how you wish it to be designed in this life. If life is a game, you should not stick with your default character until you die. That's just a personal philosophy. I don't enforce it on others. But from my family to friends to other people in the world, what I've chosen to do with my body, which is my choice, has for some reason been in things that people can have an opinion on. At this point, I just don't have the time of day to care anymore. So right now, I do mostly adult content through my social media and my pages. I like regular arts, not regular, just different arts such as music and drawing. That's sort of where I fill my free time, mostly in the day-to-day stuff when I'm here, especially in recovery. I draw at least one drawing every day, and I still play piano a couple times a week. What else? No, yeah, I don't. I was thinking some people are like, do you regret doing anything? No, I have no shame around doing anything with my body. Um, you shouldn't feel shame for showing your body. If so, that's sort of an immature opinion in my mind. I've kind of grown past a lot of this stuff. The whole gamer culture is just super immature, toxic, and like childish, the way that people talk to each other in it. So I've been seeking more authentic human connections the past 5 years, and I found a lot of them. I found a lot of good people, found some bad people, went through some trauma, went through some stress. The first couple of years of transition are sort of hell on earth, which is why there is a lot of mental health problems that come along with it. But I feel better than ever. I'm super happy. I've lived my life the way I have. Um, it's just sad that so many people had to be lost as soon as I started speaking what I needed to do with my life to be happy. How many people disappeared, became different people, showed who they really were, or completely abandoned me. The world could be like that though. At this point, all I can do is take care of myself and be myself every day and know that I don't treat people badly. When I'm in person with them, when I give them my time, my energy, lend my physical belongings to them, I've met a lot of takers in this life. I'm definitely a giver, but I'm learning to kind of control that and save it for the people who actually care and not try to do it for everybody. For a while, I spread myself thin on the internet and kind of gave everything to it. it led to fake relationships, addiction, and trauma. So now I'm just posting stuff when I like, how I like. If you have any other questions than that, you could let me know. Yeah, got a few social media accounts. I'm on them periodically, but I'm really enjoying just actual life, day-to-day life, off the internet mostly life, and focusing on my recovery, finding a safe place to live going forward, and sort of resetting my life, rebuilding up in a new way that will be more authentic to me and the way that I choose for it to be fully. I don't really answer to anybody anymore, and I don't live for anybody anymore. Because when you do that, I have found that you slowly sink into depression and will lose a lot of yourself along the way. But every day I wake up right now, I'm literally the happiest I've ever been. It's just been a lot harder of a life than when you keep everything inside. And when you keep everything inside and perform for other people, I found that life was a lot easier and things come easier to you. But I couldn't do it anymore. I had to just be me. And you find out who just loves you conditionally, and you find out who loves you unconditionally. So I consider when I switched my YouTube and sort of like stepped back and deleted different social medias, I consider that my great reset. It was two types of people that either come to my videos these days. People who are supportive, treat everybody the same who they meet, don't have judgments, aren't critical of other people, and just enjoy what they're watching. And people that were the gamer type of mindset people, the ones you see on like Twitch or like gamer clip type of people, who really just loved you conditionally because you filled a need or want that they had, but they really don't care about you as a person. You were just their content to consume that day. But I'm no longer interested in making content like that, which is why the change of pace. Not pursuing YouTube as a full-time career right now. And just enjoying being me, living my life, and there's a lot of yet to come parts of it that I'm not gonna bother to document on the internet. I'm just kind of tired of seeing the same comment like, you were this before. Yeah, there's a thing called change that happens in the world, and nothing stays the same, and if you're trying to keep things the same forever, you're in defiance of nature. So, good luck with that. Yeah. Love you for sticking around. If you're someone who's new to the channel, this isn't really an intro, it's sort of to like old subscribers. And if you are somebody who's kind of followed me along for the past couple of years and is still here now, also thank you. What else? I don't really have anything else. I'm enjoying recovery. I've done over 200 days in recovery treatment centers within the last year. So I've spent the majority of the last year completely sober, and my mind is as clear as it's ever been. The only thing that's funny is my opinion on anything I've ever said or done has never changed. I'm still the exact same like mindset, way I see life, way I treat people. I'm just kind of able to handle the hate, criticism, abandonment, and everything else that goes along with it a lot better these days because I care about myself. And if someone doesn't, the way they talk to me, they have no space in my brain, space in my life, or I don't give them the time of day. Because those people are sad, and I've had to learn that the hard way by trying to people please and treat everybody as someone I needed to impress. But I'm no longer in that mindset anymore. But yeah, I'm excited for the next few years. I'm excited to not be hopped up on stimulants, having to perform for YouTube like a dance monkey in a room every day. I'm tired. I'm so grateful for not being addicted to money anymore. I was just chasing numbers and money and success and trying to use that as a way because I wasn't happy living my life every single day the way it was going. So instead I'm like, oh, let's use this as a distraction and my coping skill for how I had to live and what it was going to do when I finally said to the people that I love in my life who I am and what I need in life, which was something I've known since 12 years old. Praying to God at that time. I was raised Catholic. I'm just generally spiritual now. I'm not any specific denomination, but praying to God at that time, why can't you make me a girl in my sleep? Why can't you just switch me or something? Like, why did it have to be like this? playing with dresses and makeup every opportunity I got, whether it was when people were outside of the house that I lived in, at grandparents' houses, at family friends' houses. I was tired of sneaking around living a double life for so many years, to the point where I'm just so happy now that every day I wake up as Nicole. I get to live my life. I have people that are meeting me for the first time as me, and those are the people that I cherish the most because they have no previous opinion of me and they just accept me. It's a lot easier to do that than I've found in life than to get people who've known you pre-transition to kind of see the light, because I don't feel like having to do an education session every time I talk to somebody who's known me from before. I realize things can take a while in people's brains to click and sort of switch over, but that's no excuse for never changing the way you see someone when they're showing you who they are every single day. I have a lot of negative energy left I need to get rid of when it comes to Michael, mostly because I don't know how you could do that to someone, make them watch something that they don't like on your channel every day because it's more views and more money for you. So that's a piece of scum in my opinion. I'm gonna end this now because it's dinner time here. I'll answer more questions if you have them though in another video. I don't think I have any plans to make gaming videos right now. When I'm done with treatment here and have a more permanent place, I might do just more like getting ready with me or vlogs in my life. But right now I really need to focus on finding a job in life. So I'm not sure what time or when those will be at. Right now it's just like if I'm ever really into what I'm playing, I was recording it. But as a whole, I only play games maybe like once every week or two. So yeah, hope you enjoy the update. Love you.